Welcome to Stage 8 of La Vuelta 22. We're in the Asturias for a big weekend of climbing with 6 ascents on the menu today. It's a big one for the GC favourites as Remco Evenepoel properly kicks off his defence of the red jersey.
It's special, it's going to be a really hard stage, already climbing after 4K, so it's going to be a hard stage, but the team is strong, the team has a lot of confidence, so we're just going to give our maximum and see what it brings. I've been training differently towards La Vuelta, so I've been preparing for climbs like today's final.
Jumbo-Visma and Primož Roglič will no doubt have something planned today, while Movistar's Enric Mas was the only GC rider able to stay with Evenepoel on Pico Llano a few days ago.
Como dije el primer día, estamos aquí para disfrutar y por ahora no hemos dejado de disfrutar hasta el día de hoy, así que el disfrutar y de confianza yo creo que van de la mano. Yo creo que él va a intentar sacar más distancia hoy y bueno, veremos nosotros cómo respondemos.
Jay Vine, who took a brilliant stage win on Thursday, may not get as much freedom today.
It's taken a while to get that first victory, but I mean, yeah, pressure's off now. I don't think I can do what I did again on stage 6 in future. I certainly think they'll be following straight away, but yeah, you know, there is still an option to get in with a small GC group and while they're riding for time, sneak away towards the end.
153 kilometres today between Pola de Laviana and Colláu Fancuaya with 3,500 metres of elevation gain. The riders will be climbing from the off, hitting the lower slopes of the Alto de la Colladona after just a few kilometres. They will then battle their way over 4 more climbs before the final hike up to the finish line, 10 kilometres at a punishing 8.5%. Well, the first man to attack today was Alexei Lutsenko, already in the breakaway on stage 4, and he soon had several riders on his tail. The first climb was 6.4 kilometres at 7%, so the perfect springboard for a strong group to go up the road. Stage winners at Jay Vine and Marc Soler managed to get into the right move, but Marc Padun missed out. Thibaut Pinot also looking determined to be up there. Well, Vine picked up maximum points at the first summit ahead of Soler, becoming the virtual king of the mountains. And the breakaway really came together at kilometre 40 when Pinot joined the front group with his teammates Sebastian Reichenbach and Bruno Armirail. Mikel Landa was the highest placed on GC, 6 minutes and 33 down on Evenepoel. Also in there, Rein Taaramäe, who wore the red jersey last year, Lucas Hamilton and Mads Pedersen hunting green jersey points. With Quick-Step Alpha Vinyl pacing the peloton, the 10 leaders soon opened up a gap of around 4 minutes. Vine continuing to rack up the KOM points on the second and third climbs with nobody challenging him from the breakaway. Unfortunately, the man who was wearing the polka dot jersey this morning, Victor Langelotti of Burgos BH, was forced to abandon the race after an early crash. The gap holding steady at 4 minutes with Groupama FDJ setting the pace in the breakaway, which contained no fewer than 6 former stage winners on La Vuelta. Vine and Soler have both tasted success at this 2022 edition. Pinot won 2 stages back in 2018, while Landa triumphed on a big mountain stage in 2015. Taaramäe was first to the summit of Picon Blanco last year, a decade after his stage win on La Farapona, and finally Lutsenko won a punchy stage in 2017. Well, the average speed for the first 2 hours was 39.4 kilometres an hour. Things in a bit of a holding pattern, with Vine improving his KOM haul to 27 points, and the gap still at 4 minutes with 50k to go. Well, after hauling his way over all of these climbs, it was finally time for Mads Pedersen to get his reward.
Here is the intermediate sprint. Mads Pedersen is going to be the first rider. He checks around to make sure that no one else is going to take the maximum points. The green jersey in La Vuelta changes hands from Sam Bennett to Mads Pedersen.
Job done for the Dane. The remaining breakaway riders were now focused on the stage victory because even if the peloton had upped the tempo, they were still over 3 minutes back at the foot of the final climb. That was plenty for riders of this quality. Pedersen and Amurai soon sat up, leaving 8 men at the front. Meanwhile, the Ineos Grenadiers had moved to the front of the main bunch. The brakes advantage was down to 2:15 when Lutsenko attacked, but once again it was Jay Vine who proved the strongest, the Australian going solo. Teo Gegenhardt then put in a dig from the GC group, leaving Evenepoel without any teammates for the final few kilometres. Vine soon led Pinot and Soler by 30 seconds. The Spaniard dropped the Frenchman, but he was never going to catch the Aussie. The group of favourites reduced to Evenepoel, Roglic, Mas, Rodriguez and Yates. Vine soaring away to his second win in 3 days, and this time the cameras even picked it up.
The last little rise to the finish line for Jay Vine of the Alpecin-Deceuninck team. He comes round the corner, he checks, he shakes his head in disbelief. In 3 days, this rider's won 2 stages. Jay Vine wins at the top of this climb.
Evenepoel leading home Mas and Roglic 1 minute and 20 seconds after Vine. It looks like it's not going to be easy to divest the Belgian of that red jersey. Jay Vine is decidedly the revelation of this Vuelta. After winning on Pico Llano on Thursday, he doubled up on Colláu Fancuaya today. Not a bad way to get your first 2 victories on the road. The eSports World Champion also goes into the polka dot jersey after a clean sweep on the climbs.
I think I just got so much more confidence after that first one. It's like I've got that monkey off my back. It just felt so much more natural, and riding in the group today, all the pressure was off me. I had sort of two goals, and if one didn't pay off, I always had the KOM jersey to fall back on. It was a lot more confidence in myself, really just enjoyed today. Like, today was such a fun day.
Vine winning by 43 seconds from Soler and Tarame, with Pinot in 4th. Evenepoel was next to the line with Mas and Roglic, as Yates and Rodriguez lost a few seconds. Evenepoel now leads Mas by 28 seconds overall, with Rudy Mollard dropping out of the top 10. Rodriguez is the best placed of the Ineos riders, ahead of Gegenhardt. Pedersen put in a big effort today to recover the green jersey. He leads Bennett by just 5 points, with Soler going above Fred Wright into 3rd. Vine took a maximum haul of 29 KOM points today, so he now has a decent lead in the mountains classification. He is 24 clear of Soler. And Evenepoel, of course, is still the best young rider, slightly increasing his lead over Carlos Rodriguez. Stage 9 is part 2 of this Asturias doubleheader, with a slightly easier start but a brutal finish. A 4-kilometre climb at an eye-watering average gradient of 12.9%. There are 5 climbs in total, so there should be more fireworks before a well-earned rest day on Monday.